family, and all you no doubters out there, you can call me Fortune. Today's tip, we're going to talk about overcoming the I don't have money objection. Now, first off, I want to put it out there that you should be overcoming this objection during your presentation. If you ever overcome this objection during your presentation, then when you hand over the pen and with the application for them to sign it, they're less likely to come up and say, I don't have the money, because you've already talked about it in your presentation. Now, we're going to give you a very simple concept to remember here. Now, if you use this effectively, you'll also be able to show the prospect who's watching your presentation how they can come up with the money. So if they say, well, you talked about favorites versus necessities during your presentation, so can you help me to figure out how to get this money together to do this? Because I can put the money together, I just don't know how. Okay? So here's what we're going to talk about. If we are looking at starting our own business, we have to help to understand that this is also going for yourself. That I have to forego my favorite things, some of my favorite activities. I myself had to give up some of my favorite activities and focus just on the necessities. I had to scale back so that I can start building my business. Because in the very beginning, chances are you're not going to be very profitable, if at all, when you first begin in your business. You're more than likely going to be investing money into the business while you're learning the systems and getting used to going out and prospecting and getting out used to doing the presentation. During this time, you're probably going to be spending more money than you're making. So we need to have a budget for this. Now, this just makes sense. If you are in network marketing, there's no difference between a network marketing company and your traditional business in the sense of going into investing into capital into your business until it is sustainable for itself. Now, the difference being that the amounts, so this large, big old amount for the traditional business is a very small amount, relatively speaking. So the word I want you to understand, the acronym for this is FAVE. As I said, FAVE, F-A-V-E. So the first letter stands, of course, is F for food. If you look back over how much money you're actually spending through the week, if you're helping the prospect, talk about how much money you spend through the week on getting Starbucks or coffees or getting little snacks through the week, or just thinking about how much you're spending on lunch. If you ever just cut back on several of those lunches or several of those snacks, you will find that you can come up with between $50 to $100 or more just in this savings alone for over the course of a month. Think about the fact of, if I just get a cup of coffee every day through the week, that coffee is probably costing me at least $4. You multiply that times 5, that's $20 a week. Multiply time for the whole month, we're looking at about $80 plus. $80 plus. Most businesses on the auto ship are going to be around $200 to $300. There you go, right there. You're a third of the way there with just cutting back on that cup of coffee while you're building your business, or cutting back on your lunches. Lunches are costing even more, $6 to $7, $8, $10 or plus for your average lunch. If we're able to start bringing our own lunches to work, then we cut on that money, and that's money back in our pocket to invest into our business so we can be successful. You don't have to worry about bringing lunch to work because I'll be working from home. Bringing lunch to work is like going from the kitchen to the living room. Now the next letter, start with the A, is A for apparel. Now apparel, we're talking about clothing. We're talking about shoes. Now, I wear t-shirts often in my videos, but I love wearing my suits. I love wearing my button-ups. I love having my ties on. So I like looking nice. The thing about it is, I can't go out and purchase these clothing all the time in the beginning of my business. Now, I'm the type that I have no problem going to Goodwill to go buy me some nice ties. But the thing is, those $2, $3 here buying my ties from Goodwill or something like that, it adds up over the week. Now, I also remember this story from my parents. When they were in their traditional business, they had gotten into some debt and they were trying to figure out how to pay off this debt a little faster, trying to build this business, build their own business. And what they had to do was cut back on some of their own spending. When mom loves to shop, she finds great deals all over the place. But she had to cut back on that spending so that they could pay off their own debt faster. Just something you have to do when you want to be successful. The next letter is V. V stands for vices. Now your vices You're talking about cigarettes, your alcohol, whatever other lascivious activities you want to get into. And I'm not judging you on any of these things. What you do on your own time is up to you. Now, the other piece of this is not only talking about these activities or legal activities or the drinking or the smoking, but just any other type of addiction can be considered a vice here. See, in college I used to love martial arts movies, so I would just buy them by the groups because you get 3 for the price of 2, or you get 5 for the price of 3. It was just always a deal going on for these movies when I was in college, so I always got more. And then I'm to the point now where I can go get my books very cheaply. Now, if I think about what goes on there, if I'm buying these books at $5, $10, $15 a pop going all the way through the week, by the end of the month I've spent $80 to $100 plus on just buying books. If you think about a pack of cigarettes, is how much it's costing you, or how much just a regular weekend out. I mean, it's like I only spent $40 this weekend, but you add that up over the next 4 weeks, and you've done that several times, you end up with somewhere around $200 or more of spending out on partying outside with just hanging out with the fellas or ladies, going on a ladies' night, whatever it may be. That money can go back, reinvested into your business. The last that we're talking about is E. This is one of the biggest ones. This stands for entertainment. If you really look at how much money you're spending on entertainment, now entertainment may be going out bowling, skiing, going to the movies, but one of the largest expenses you look at most people is going to be their cable bill. You look at most people's cable bill, they're spending way too much money on cable. Now, I'm not trying to tell you not to watch TV, but I do recommend you filter what TV you watch. But a lot of very successful people in business will tell you that they don't watch a lot of TV. They just don't really know what's going on. They may watch movies, but they don't really know what's going on. I remember Jim Rohn told a story about he was sitting down with one of his people he was mentoring, and he asked him, how much does that TV cost? The gentleman looks at him, says, it's about a few $100s. Jim Rohn responds like, no, it costs more than that. And the gentleman looks back at Jim Rohn's like, no, I remember distinctly paying a few $100s for that. And Jim Rohn's response was very profound. If you listen to what he says here, what he said was this: I believe that if you were to look at how much that TV actually costs you in your business, because you're watching that TV and not building your business or investing into yourself, that TV is actually costing you somewhere around $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. That gentleman promptly got rid of his TV. Now we make the same thing, help you understand what I just said there. Sitting in front of your TV, not investing in yourself or back into your business could be costing you tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, depending on how big a plan God has for you. And with that being said, you understand, you get rid of these, got to get rid of your faves. Cut back on some of your favorites. I'm not saying eliminate all of them, but cut back on some of your faves, your food, apparel, vices, and entertainment, so you can find the money to invest back into your business and live the life that you want to live. I'll tell you this last thing here. As I always say, you can live a life of no doubt, just blessings. Here's why. Because you can have everything that you want. God wants you to have them, if only you believe. And we'll show you here how to get it. I love you, and I'll talk to you later.